Yes, I'm quitting social media. We all live in a digital world. We can't deny the benefits of social media to us: connection, learning, entertainment, creativity, etc. Social media makes a lot of things easier, like anything in the world. If we use or do it too much, it will be not good anymore. Social media is an exception. During periods of my life, I had difficult time focusing on important things. I always switch the tabs on the browser and look for funny videos, and I think we all used to relate to that problem. Why is it so difficult to focus? Because we are also living in a massive consumption world. Chances for stimulating activities seem endless. In particular, people in wealthy countries or highest income countries with access to the constant pleasure have the highest rates of suicide, depression, physical pain. So I wonder what is the relationship between social media usage versus emotional well-being. And what is the balance of using social media? To answer the questions, we have to know about dopamine, and I recommend you read Dopamine Nation book by Anna Lemke. Dopamine is a chemical in the brain that makes you feel good. However, dopamine isn't good or bad. It just depends when it's being released. Having the right amount of dopamine is important both for your body and brain. Dopamine is responsible for allowing you to feel pleasure, satisfaction, motivation. When you feel good that you have achieved something, it's because you have the amount of dopamine in the brain. However, when you start craving more of this dopamine reward, which is caused by many pleasant experiences, including eating delicious food, watching porn. Research has shown that drugs most commonly abused by humans create a neurochemical reaction that significantly increases the amount of dopamine that is released in the brain's reward center. Dopamine also has a role to play in controlling memory, mood, sleep, concentration, body movement. If you keep dopamine levels in your brain above a certain level, what you could call your feel-good baseline. If your dopamine level drops below the feel-good baseline, you may feel anxious, find it hard to focus. You will have no motivation to do anything. Our brain tries to restore the balance of dopamine in our brain. In other words, while you pursue pleasure, you are also inviting pain, the pain pleasure seesaw in your mind. When you jump to the pleasure side, your brain hires gremlins to jump on the pain side to balance out the seesaw. Our brains have a balance system like seesawing playground. Since we live in an age of abundance and have easy access to the pleasure, we build up the gremlins on the pain side. This dynamic explains why people in rich or the highest income countries with access to the constant pleasure have the highest rate of suicide, depression, physical pain. One way to raise your dopamine level is to seek pleasure by checking your phone for interesting messages, eating your favorite food, enjoying sugary beverage. However, the dopamine spike you get from the pleasure is quickly followed by a dopamine crash, because our brains are wired to restore the balance. Peak levels of dopamine can be followed by painful crashes, may lead to addiction, after that, anxiety, depression. Dopamine crash that keep you below the feel-good baseline for a long time. Back to the story of quitting social media. Yes, I used to have time that I quitted social media. When I was in the 7th or 8th grade, I went to the internet shop every morning. During the time my mom was busy working and no one knew about that, I was addicted to games online. One day I decided stop going to the internet shop and playing games online. After a long time being addicted to them, I didn't know what motivated me to do that. Another story of quitting social media, that when I was a student at university, maybe senior at university, I used to have time quitting social media. It was hard time for me because I stood on two sides. One side was continuous learning in educational learning theories, and another side was doing it in reality. If you watch my videos on YouTube, you will know that I worked in the finance industry since 2017. This decision was not easy at all. The finance industry is so difficult. It's unlike so many things that you watch on the internet. Flashy cars, luxurious lifestyles. It requires so many things from IQ to EQ, emotional intelligence. I've learned some of the most valuable lessons from quitting social media. When the pain gets crazy enough, you will change. Yes, I'm quitting social media. I deleted Facebook, Instagram, Yellow accounts. You have enough ability to give up social media. You have to know the purpose of your life or the big why for giving up social media. Even you're hungry for success, you have somewhere that you want to go. So you have to be out of comfort zone to achieve something, to accomplish your achievement. My exception is watching videos on YouTube or something else that makes me to become the better version of myself. I will focus on my priorities, spending time for myself. I used to have time quitting social media. At that time, I focused on myself and finally I got what I wanted. There are so many benefits when we quit social media. When I stop scrolling or looking for short-term pleasure, I have more time focused on myself. I used to spend more time on scrolling or watching videos about someone else. After that, I compared myself to others. Instead of doing something like that, I accepted they were trying to become the better version of themselves and I could do it. I could become the better version of myself in my way. And I realized the gap between the potentiality versus something becoming true in reality. That was so far. My productivity increased as well when I was distracted by social media. I used to feel like I was overwhelmed. Many things were overloading on me. When I spent so many hours on scrolling or something like that. And when you complete your work quickly, you will have more time for your family, friends. Some kinds of activities that we can do: practicing meditation, keeping silence, praying. You will develop maturity about yourself. I recommend you read the Seven Spirit to Laws of Success book. In this book, there is a chapter about pure potentiality. When we spend time doing activities like that, we will realize that everyone is unique. And we don't need to compare ourselves. Whenever I practice meditation or keeping silence before I go to sleep, I become more peaceful and I accept all possibilities that come to my life. I just focus on the present. All things help me to see the bigger picture and identify the opportunities. I feel more grateful when I connect with someone in reality. I can develop the social skill, develop self-confidence. And my mental health improved a lot when I quit social media. Because social media can cause fear of missing out, may lead to loneliness, anxiety, depression. If you want to quit social media, just do it. Just try it. You are not alone because I'm right here. Bye bye.